Hello everyone out there on the internet, I am Jack of all trades and we're here for Shingeki No Kyojin Attack on Titan. This is the final season, part 2, this is episode 85 overall, Traitor. I just finished work at 11 o'clock at night and I need to be back there at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm just going to record this and get around to editing it at some point tomorrow because I'm going to need to sleep tonight. So this will be a late upload. But yeah, this is, I believe, the penultimate episode. And there's absolutely no possible way that we conclude everything in the next 2 episodes. Like, this is 23 minutes and 55 seconds on Funimation. There's no way 46 minutes and 2 times 55 seconds, whatever. There's no way we have less than an hour left of content for this show to complete this story. That's just not going to happen. So whether there's a season 4 part 3, season 4 final season, because this is the final season, the final part or whatever. If there's another part, if there's a movie, if it's a hour-long 3-parter, the final episode or something, I don't know. But I'm going into this under the impression that this is not the second last installment. Also, on my walk home, back to this house tonight after work, it was so beautiful. I'm so annoyed that my camera on this phone couldn't properly pick it up because it's, as you've seen, this isn't the best camera. But just on my phone trying to take pictures and record it, I saw the Aurora Borealis tonight. This waving massive streak of color through the night sky, and it was so beautiful. I'll put up some pictures, but again, it's not the best quality camera. And my brain just went, I'm pointing to which all aliens intersect. The coordinates just stretched out before me in the sky tonight before this episode. Well, once again, I'm watching this on Funimation. Please support the official release. Please also, again, I guess I'm just grateful that I'm a relatively small channel, but I am so grateful that the comments section have been so spoiler-free for this entire show since I started covering it back with the Season 2 finale. Again, massive thanks for keeping me in the dark and not spoiling anything for me as we come up to the home stretch here. Please continue to do so in the comments below. So yeah, our heroes, I guess, because, Eren is no longer that, are headed to try and catch up to, talk to Eren, or the Founding Titan, or whatever the fuck that thing is. As it's led the rumbling, I assume, beyond Paradise Island. We saw the harbour, we couldn't see them on the horizon or anything, they are long gone. So we're heading to try and use the Azumabito's flying boat. I did question last time why Madame Azumabito was still there. But, as was pointed out in the comments on the previous video by Harrison Allen? Harrison Allen? Apologies for butchering the pronunciation of that. Pixis asked them to stay behind, So they did. And Flock has caught up, the Jaegerists took the train and got there before our heroes. So now we're going to need to deal with that, whether that be stealth mission, whether that be direct confrontation, or going by the title Traitor. I don't know. Pretend that Connie might pretend he's defected from the heroes team and want to join up with Flock or something. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, play. Usual Funimation disclaimer. And that bright flash will be enough for me to sync this up. Okay. Adjust that light because it's not too charitable for my face. There. That's a bit better. Okay. I'm curious if we're going to get the rumbling or not, like the theme song for this episode, because we didn't last time, actually. Beautiful shot to see. Overlooking. these guys are CG, but it's very well integrated with the harsher, thick outlines there. Magath and Hanji spying. Okay, yeah, I'm glad they were addressing why they haven't destroyed it. Yeah, okay, they want to use it to ensure the main line's empty. Good, because I think Semblance of Sanity pointed it out. They pointed out that why wouldn't they just why would they want to keep it around? I mean, equipping them with ODM gear. Oh, is that cloud the steam? Are they just walking through the ocean? Beware! Oh, fuck yes, we're still getting it! I might miss it there, but we're meant to hear the rumbling there as well, perhaps? Oh, I'm gonna adjust that again. But no, Semblance of Sanity pointed out, you know, what about the technology of it, that was it. Why would they care about why would the Jaegerists want to keep this around? Technological superiority doesn't matter when there's literally no one else. But to use it to check the mainland and stuff. Okay, fair enough. Still have to see the female Titan, actually. Yeah, we've only got 2 episodes left. I feel like Annie has to transform. It'd be great to have the 9 all active at one moment, you know? To have Armin's Colossal, which is he's only used once. And I kind of like that idea that Armin won't use it again. I mean, presumably he practiced and everything. Oh no, we saw it in a flashback. He used it in a flashback. But even then after maybe what he did on Liberio, that he wouldn't use it again. I like that idea. But I'd love to see the Colossal, the Armored, the female, especially those 3 together again. But the attack Warhammer founding combo and Falco's jaw, the cart, and then it just leaves the question mark of Zeke to get them all in use at one go. I like the touch of the cart Titan being sort of dead-eyed there as Peek's out of it, because, you know, she's not actively using the eyes. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes, because Orion Capone was, like, piloting the Zeppelin and everything, the airship. Make it easier to tow. Okay, so it is a plane. And also our characters are all using the traditional Scout ODM gear now, rather than the Liberio attack version. Yeah. Oh, that's the situation that Reiner and the others were in, right? That they were trying to save people, save humanity, and in order to do so had to go and wipe out people, their own people. Oh! Giving off tons of steam, okay. They've probably set foot on Marley already. Already destroyed. Yeah. Okay. Every minute we waste now, hundreds are dying. Ooh. Ooh, the animation there. Oh, Mappa doing great. Oh. Oh, I love the motion of this. This is so well animated. That alone makes up for how little movement there was in the last episode. Wow! So let's see how this ends. Okay. Oh! Okay. There we go. Whole conceit of the show. There we go. Wow. And he's properly bent low. Okay. That's where we're going with Magath's arc. That was great. I am curious if they're swimming, but I assume they are just walking across the floor of the ocean, because, again, I don't think they'll need to breathe. And it just, all that steam. Oh, that's what they were referring to in that the Aegis already killed 4. Okay. A wee bit of a Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. The world's not any smaller, there's just less in it vibe I took there. Armin. Yes, because Flock doesn't know that Armin was with John and Mikasa on their re-escape thing. Is Flock gonna see through that? Do they have Jaegerists waiting by the boat already? Yeah, looks like it. Daz and Samuel! Samuel from the Attack on Trust! He was the one that Sasha saved, like shot the anchor through his leg. And then he joined the garrison instead of the scouts, because of everything that happened there. But Daz as well! These two specifically being here, oh. And you can see it. It still looks like them, even in years later in the Mappa art style. If you were traitors. Yeah. I love that it's these two people that would... There's people who would actually believe Armin and Connie, right? Yeah, okay. Disarmed. Okay. Maybe just try and hide that from on your face a bit more. Oh, it's a proper, like, seaplane. Oh, brilliant. The Wind Rises is one of my favourite Ghibli films, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how we animate this plane. Oh. He's just gonna kill the engineers. Azumabito's chair. Were they... Did she have a gun on her, perhaps? Oh, wow. Okay, okay. Just physically incapacitate him. But, oh! Kiyumi, yeah, that was her name. The ODM gear still, yeah. Flux out. I don't know what's gonna happen. Thundersphere's again with the blue fire. I don't know what's gonna happen with Connie and Armin specifically. Oh. 3 clean headshots. Hanji! Follow me if you want to live, that's 100%. Oh, that's working in a Terminator reference intentionally. And Daz is gonna hook it up again. Oh. You... Samuel, no! You know he's the Colossal, right? Oh, the bloody mouth. Oh. The teeth. Oh, I'm bringing back... Yeah, music, because he was on the wall when Sasha brought up the meat and everything. Flashback to it so that people remember who this guy is, please. No? Oh, just leaving it for those who know. That's brilliant. Okay. Why'd it come to this? I'd love for those two to choose to let them go or something. Ah, Magath wearing a scout jacket. Oh. Still getting the occasional really dynamic ODM gear shot. And then the impressive dynamic ODM gear shot. Reiner biting his hand to transform Annie. Oh. Oh. Oh, get fucked. And all that steam. The female Titan's legs. Oh, and the camera turn. I turned my head even myself. Oh. Oh, we haven't seen that since season 1. Oh. The classic squeezing the life out of people. Amazing integration of the CG there on Annie, actually. Oh. Oh. Oh, it looks so good! I missed the motion blur. Never mind, there's the motion blur. I can't critique it. It looks so good. It's so well. That's a classic Daz expression. Armin's wounds are steaming. He's healing up. Okay. Please don't. Armin, convince him not to. We might be beyond words here, but come on. And the tears. This is the guy who didn't. This is the guy who couldn't even survive that winter training without Ymir having to turn into a Titan to save him. Come on, Daz. Please don't. Yeah. Shot. Connie! Oh, wow. It's the hard decisions. Oh my god! Oh, fuck! To be continued. Next episode's the finale. What the fuck? I was close to tearing up at that. Fuck. Wow. Okay, wow. Again, guest from last episode having such minimal animation. Somebody just cut some shots of trees and rapid ones to keep you engaged. Oh, to save up so we can get some of this animation from this episode. Specifically, the grab of Yelena's face and like the secondary motion of the face of the kicking the arm. It was so that little sequence. If I was still in uni, I'd potentially be writing an essay on that moment. That was brilliant. Oh. And then, of course, your sweeping ODM gear shots. Annie's female titan. When it came out the scene for the first bit, I'm like, okay, the legs, that was 2D and everything. But then the first sort of shot of the head turning and the arm, I thought the head was CG and the arm was 2D, but no, that was all 2D. And the mix and mash, like, the line is genuinely blurred. There are some moments where purely just because of the motion you can tell. But it is so well blurred. Like, specifically, the cart titan, the female titan are perfectly integrated. There are moments where I cannot tell the difference. The armored, still a bit hazy on. Aaron's attack, a bit hazy on. Zeke's, I think it's just the fur doesn't work for the Beast Titan in sort of the CG style. Because if you, again, the Beast Titan's introduction in Season 2, the glistening of individual hairs and everything, it was phenomenal looking to then just this sort of matte, painted grey texture. Yeah, that's my thought on the CG Titans at this moment. The rumbling, they are just estimating, but I'm taking it as gospel that it has reached Marley mainland and they have begun. Again, every minute we waste now, hundreds of people are dying. That it's beyond like a ticking clock. You think the final countdown. You think Gravity Falls, not what he seems. The countdown to the machine's activation, without spoiling too much from Gravity Falls. That's the countdown to this thing, and we don't know what's going to happen. Or even, Mission Impossible Fallout. We have a countdown to this nuclear bomb that's going to go off. We have the countdown to this horrific thing. This horrific thing is actively happening right this moment. And we're trying to stop it. But first we need to catch up. It is long gone. We spent days dealing with like minimum 2 days, 3 days, including this one, minimum now, on parody, dealing with parody stuff, dealing with the Jaegerists, Connie, and his mom and everything. And then making up with McGath and forming our sort of band of heroes here. Every minute we waste, hundreds are dying. That is the stakes. Like, we are actively beyond losing right now. But I like the interaction of it might come down to violence. And if it does, Annie and Reiner, we're going to do this. You guys do not need to get involved in this. And then McGath apologizing for everything he said, basically, and to an extent, things he's done, bowing it, and asking them, like pleading them, please stand back and let us do this. But then Armin's refusal. And the discussion of why the Jaegers haven't just destroyed the Esmobito flying boat yet. Again, McGath's interrogation of Yelena there. Christ. And because you have the hand and then the secondary motion of what the face is doing and then the tertiary motion of the tears in the eyes. I missed that as well. It's so... An amazingly well animated sequence there. I'm definitely going to need to rewatch just that moment. Vlog trying to get the Asmobito to come around. Kiyumi, I believe, again, is the madam's name. Armin and Connie show up. Vlog seems to buy it for a bit. And then they head out there, and I didn't immediately recognize them until Connie called them by name. And I was like, oh no, I can see that now because Daz still has the same hair. Again, I recognized in the midst of like Sasha being shot and everything, I still recognized Daz back on the airship back at the start of this season. Wait, was that that was? And then seeing them here again. There was the time skip since we saw them back in season one, and a different studio, but they're still recognizably the same characters. I like the expressions and everything. The scene is tense the whole way through as they're trying to convince them here. I didn't realize that when did we get the mid card? We didn't get the mid card until 18 minutes into the episode. What? 15 minutes into the episode, but still, that's well beyond halfway. I didn't realize how far through that was. Wow. And I will just jump over. Actually, while we're here, let me open up the Attack on Titan wiki and see. Again, because I was working late, unfortunately, before recording this, I assume the Attack on Titan wiki has had enough time to update. To include the info for this episode, or minimum the translation for the card, because that's all I really want. Currently publicly available information. Flying boat. Hizuru technology must be used to service the world's first flying boat, which uses ice-burst stone as fuel. Yep. Since it was designed to observe the might of the rumbling, the craft is capable of long-distance intercontinental flight. Okay. Cool. But we do still have to bear in mind we have a limited amount of fuel on board at any given moment. Vlog talks it out, figures out, pulls a gun, one of Kiyumi's people. It fires off. He fires off a few shots, but Kiyumi herself gets up to disarm him before the other Jaegers come in, and when the action starts, they throw Thunder Spears inside the building to try and get Mikasa and the others. Daz goes back to hooking up the TNT, and Samuel gets off, 3 shots in Armin? 2 through the torso, one of which looks through the heart, 1 through the lower torso, and 1 through the inside of his mouth. I love that. I love that detail. It's not like through the head, it's because his mouth was already open. It was just through the mouth and out the cheek. That's brilliant. I was worried, but I wasn't expecting Armin to transform here because he'd be right next to it and he'd destroy the plane. The flying boat. And Connie and Samuel talking about how they said they'd share the meat and everything. How did it all go so wrong? And then we get the parallel shots of Reiner going along through, bites his hand. Annie, we don't see injure herself, I don't believe. But again, Annie's got that ring. The two of them transform. I wish we got that one thing, because it was so cool in that episode. And it makes that episode stand out, of course. But it's something I wish that we saw more in Season 2, Episode 6. I'm blanking on the name. Warriors, that's it. Or Warrior. I think. When Bertolt and Reiner transform, and there's the flash of lightning with the sort of black, harsher lines, it overlays their Titans' faces over their own. And you can see like Bertolt's crying expression and everything that becomes the Colossal's just usual face, and Reiner's sort of harsh one that becomes the armored and everything. And that would have been a great wee moment to get Reiner and see like Annie's, the female Titan, overlay. That would have been cool. Although I assume, because if they're going to be in the Titans fighting and everything, that we'll see sort of Annie's face looking like the female Titans, particularly the sort of portions along the cheeks and everything. Which I said back in Season 3, Part 2's reactions. That's a great thing, seeing Bertolt looking like the Colossal, sort of the disfigurement within him, within the Colossal on his face, and the same with Reiner for the Armored. And then that's carried over with Porco's jaw and Peak's cart and everything. Um, throughout since then, that's been a wee artistic choice that we've stuck with. Levi's awake watching this. I'm curious when he's going to get into the act. I don't imagine we're going to see him in the action next episode, but I feel like we've got to see Levi in the action at least one more time. He's got to kill Zeke. That's how that ends, right? That's got to happen, and I cannot see it happening next episode. The female's feet. I'm gonna love watching back and editing that moment because the feet come down and the landing. I know. I tilted my head to like try and see it straight on, but then the camera rotated for me and didn't have to. Beautiful. The shot of the female Titan looming again, shot from below for the sense of scale, the steam, and everything. Same with the armor there, and it's a 2D armored Titan. It is so smooth, that first shot of Annie's face, of the female Titan's face. Just reaches, grabs a guy, and squeezes that. Oh. And then Reiner going for a closed fist punch and everything. Everyone hooks onto the female Titan. I mean, this is female Titan versus Thunder Spears. Yeah, I had to deal with that before. Oh, and covering the nape again. Oh, beautiful. But it's the two of them together, covering each other. Oh, you can even see the armored's eye through the sort of window pane glass effect over it. Are they? Yes, because the female Titan's looking back at the armored. Yeah, the armored's looking side eyeing the female there. That's great. Are they both 2D there? I don't know. The heads of the armored looks like it's still a CG model. Again, I cannot tell the seams in a lot of moments. What was this moment with Bertolt? What was the intention of that moment? But that Yamiro from Daz and the tears in his eyes, shaking just to see did back in the day. Gun barrel to Armin's forehead, to his temple. No, to his forehead. And Samuel calls them the traitors, because they are. I thought we were your friends. We are your friends. And Armin is not moving here. He's unflinching, staring wide-eyed at Daz. Thinking back to or getting Bertolt's memory of this moment that we cut to here. Someone has to be the one to do it. I think this is reanimated as well. It's definitely. I'm pretty sure it's lit differently, and it's the shading around the eyes that Mappa do. I think this is reanimated, but it's Bertolt up by Reiner's neck as Reiner was protecting him and Eren as the scouts were covering him back at the end of season 2, talking with Eren strapped to his back. Someone had to be the one to do it. And the snot out of Connie's nose there, and the tears streaming down his eyes as he grabs Samuel's gun and gets 2 shots in Daz. They all stop screaming. He looks down at a pinned Samuel, who can't even finish the word stop before Connie's put lead through him. 3 bullets in him. Someone had to be the one to stain their hands with blood. Christ. And that's where we end it. How can we possibly wrap this up in less than 25 minutes next week? Like, movie announcement? What is gonna happen after next week's episode? I don't know. Are we gonna get because this is the final season part 2, or the final season the final part? So are we gonna get like an announcement of Attack on Titan epilogue season or something, or climax, or is it gonna be a movie? If it is a movie, I don't know how I'm gonna go about that, because I'd really want to see it on like a proper big screen in a cinema somewhere. So I don't know how I'd go about doing a reaction to that. Or if I can't and it just comes out in Funimation, it comes out in Funimation and I can just do it like this. But that's going to be a whole thing. They like end of next episode, they might be on the flying boat. The flying boat might have taken off. We might even have reached the mainland. But that's as far as we're getting in 25 minutes. That's utterly ridiculous. There's more I could say. I'm sure again I could skim through this with a finer toothed comb or something and pick out more little moments. But that's everything that stood out to me. Episode 85. I'd love for us to get another season or another chunk of episodes just to hit episode 100, just for that nice round number. You know, it doesn't matter how many episodes this show gets as long as it's done well. And I know, I think someone mentioned in the comments before that this is when people say that the story starts going downhill after the rumbling has happened, after the paths section with Zeke and Eren. But I mean, other than that one episode of absolutely 100% necessary discussion around the campfire with Hanji's stew, other than perhaps how that was handled in a budget saving way, in a time saving, animation saving way, a pencil saving way, other than that, this is I've not seen a drop in quality, not at all, not in story quality. From that episode to this episode, not in animation quality, nothing. I am still riding this, and I am still loving it. Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin. Wow, yeah. Right. Well, I've been Jack of all trades, and again, thank you for sticking around. And apologies that this video is going to be going up late, because again, it is now 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to be at work in 8 hours, and I haven't slept yet. So I'm gonna take a nap, maybe get some editing done before work. But we'll see. I'll get this up as soon as I can. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone. Hopefully I'll get the finale up pretty lickety-split. I should be able to watch that as soon as it goes out on Funimation and get that up before too long. But yeah, right. I've been Jack of all trades. And until next time, goodbye.